So one of the quotes by this lead developer, he said he had to work 2 times where I was there for 48 hours straight with 1 hour of sleep, and then a couple with 36-hour days. Holy fuck! How the hell? It like that blows my mind that you can anywhere in this any work environment you're working 36 hours. That ain't a day, that's 2 days. Nigga, hold up, bro. 36 divided by 8. Hold on, that is, let's do the math here. Hold on, let me pull out the calculator. I don't want to do the quick maths in my head because I'm tired. I know the answer, but I just want to verify. 4.5 days. I was gonna say 4, but 4.5 days. Wow. So that's crazy. 36 hours, and he also worked 48 hours straight with 1 hour of sleep. You weren't getting anything done. That's crazy. Last 9 months we were there pretty much 24/7 working on the game. Wow. So that's interesting. So look at that. So what he's saying is that after Nintendo bought them out, so basically after Nintendo bought them out and put in some new leaders that actually were probably going to enforce some healthy working hours, they kind of believed into the leadership. So apparently the old management was running these dudes into the ground. I guess they were scared about losing out on this contract from Nintendo. This was a big thing. This was Metroid Prime, or this was Metroid. Metroid was a big, game series back in the day, and this is the first time it was going to be in 3D and all that stuff. So it was a big title. This was a launch title for the GameCube as well. I don't know if it was. So the biggest takeaway that I got from this article, so the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from this, what it's really just saying is that they worked some crazy fucking hours, and the minute that they got some better leadership is when things got better. And that's just an analogy to life. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but whenever you surround yourself around better people, you're in a better situation, life gets better. Like, the people that you surround yourself with in life will determine the quality of your life. If you're a football player, you got a bad coach, then you're going to have a horrible experience. If you switch coaches and you get a coach that actually cares about you, is actually for you, cares about your health, cares about your future, you'll probably have a better time than you have a scumbag coach that's only there for himself. Same thing in managers. Managers are only caring about profit, only caring about saving their own ass. They don't care who they throw under the bus. You're going to suffer. If you're under good leadership and they care about you and they respect you, then you're going to be doing fine. So that's the biggest takeaway that I have from, Crunch and just, this article, and Crunch in general, is that Crunch is just a byproduct of, it's just a failure of leadership. Like, you have leaders that are not putting their employees first. They want to meet these crazy deadlines. They want to, put all this crazy stuff in line, but they got to realize is that, it can't be done in the time that they're asking. This stuff is highly technical. It takes time. Like, say you're trying to program the super optimal, system that takes up a certain amount of memory, and there's all these different constraints within the systems that you're working on, and that stuff takes time. That's not something that you could just snap your fingers and it could work. It could take you weeks, it could take you months to get something working. So to think that the management can just work you to death until it gets done is just insane. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So the biggest takeaway for me is that Crunch is a byproduct of horrible leadership, and that's really the problem, is that we don't have enough good leaders in the game industry. The leadership within the game industry is horrible. You look at it, you see look what's happening at Blizzard right now, the sexual assault problems. The game is just in bad direction. It's not good. All these other games that are prioritizing profit over substance. It's alarming how bad and how just rotten the game industry is from a leadership standpoint, and the employees are suffering, the consumers are suffering. It's just a mess. It's always kind of had me say, I spoke about this a little bit in my other videos, but I don't play video games as much as I used to. I honestly don't play video games at all. I was one of those guys that would play video games like 8 to 10 hours a day. I mean, that's all I did. I was on Xbox all the time growing up. That was my thing. I was on the PC all the time. I played pretty much every online game you could think of. I played pretty much every Xbox game you could think of. That's what I did. I played video games, and that was like my life. And I was like, I couldn't see myself ever not playing video games, even especially when I was younger. But 2014 was like kind of a turning point for me. I was still in high school, and was it 2014 or 2013? I think it was 2013 actually. It was crazy because at that time, maybe it was 2014, I think. But I just remember that was the last year I actually played video games. Like, I was not happy with the quality of games that came out. I know Halo 4 came out a couple years before, and I was extremely disappointed about that game. And not just me, but pretty much everybody else I knew was just disappointed with what they dropped. It was no excuse for what they had dropped. And that's when I realized I thought the game industry was foolproof. But when I saw Halo fall from grace, I was like, that was like, the titan of video games. And to see that one take such a hit, I realized, I was like, yo, this is something ain't right here. And ever since then, the games have just been not quality. They've been unfinished. They've been stripped of content, DLCs, loot packs. It's just I'm at the point now in my life where I've moved on from it, and I'm no longer invested into it. But just to sum this up, it's just sad kind of state that the video game industry is in. And I know a lot of people have recognized how bad things are. You look at CD Projekt Red with their latest release. You look at some of these other games that are coming out. It's just not being managed well, and it's an unfortunate thing. Video games can be such a beautiful thing, but we got a lot of people that are running things right now that, in my opinion, shouldn't. So let me know what you guys think about crunch in general. Let me know what you guys think about the last thing I said, and I'll catch you guys later.